So you've got this huge dream of studying abroad, but then you look at the costs and, well, they can feel a little daunting, right? If that sounds familiar, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we are going to break down how to navigate the world of international scholarships and actually turn that dream into a reality. I mean, who hasn't pictured it? Walking across a historic campus in the UK, or maybe joining a cutting-edge research lab in the US. These places have some of the best universities in the world, so it's no wonder they're the goal for so many students every single year. And then, bam, reality hits. That amazing dream can suddenly feel completely out of reach once you start seeing the price tags. Let's be honest, it's usually the biggest hurdle for anyone wanting to study internationally. Yeah, when you start adding it all up, the tuition, the rent, the flights, the visa fees, it really can feel like you're trying to climb a mountain. But here's the good news. That's exactly what scholarships are for, and we're about to show you how to find them. All right, here's our game plan. We're going to start with why scholarships are such a big deal, then jump into the best programs out there, map out your application timeline, and wrap up with some killer strategies to make sure your application gets noticed. So first up, let's talk about the big picture here, because a scholarship is so much more than just a check to cover tuition. It's a serious investment in you, one that can totally change the course of your academic and professional life. Just think about it for a second. A scholarship can be the key that unlocks the door to a top-tier university you thought was impossible. It means you can actually focus on your studies instead of stressing about money, and maybe, just maybe, graduate without a mountain of debt. Plus, it looks amazing on your resume. Instantly connects you to a global network and makes you way more attractive to top employers. It's a total game changer. Okay, this is the part I know you've been waiting for. Let's get into the heavy hitters. We're going to walk through 5 of the most prestigious, fully funded scholarship programs on the planet, and I'll give you a little inside tip for each one. First on the list is the Fulbright Foreign Student Program. If you're aiming for a master's or a PhD in the United States, this is pretty much the gold standard. It's one of the most famous and respected scholarships in the world. Now, when they say covered, they mean it. We're talking full tuition, a stipend to live on, your flights, even health insurance. It's the whole package. But the expectations are just as high. They're not just looking for good grades, They are hunting for future leaders. So, pro tip for your application. You have to show them how you'll be a cultural ambassador. Fulbright is all about building mutual understanding, not just hitting the books. All right, next, let's pop over to the UK for the Chevening Scholarship. This is the UK government's main program, and it's set up for a 1-year master's degree at any university you choose in the country. Chevening is also super generous with its funding. But here's the key difference you need to notice, that 2+ years of work experience requirement. They are specifically looking for professionals who are already on a leadership track. So when you're writing those essays, don't just talk about what you've done. You need a crystal clear, detailed plan for how you're going to use that UK education to make a real difference back home. Now let's head over to Canada for the Vanier Graduate Scholarship. This one is laser focused on one thing, bringing the absolute best doctoral students from all over the world to Canadian universities. And the funding? It's huge. 50,000 Canadian dollars a year for up to 3 years. This isn't just about covering your expenses. This is a seriously prestigious award that says, we believe in your world-class research potential. It shows how much Canada values top academic talent. So your application, especially your research proposal, has to be bold, innovative, and really ambitious. Next up, let's go down under. The Australia Awards have a very specific and very powerful goal. They are built for leaders from developing countries who are going to go home and drive real change. See, this is more than just a scholarship. It's a development program. The support they give you is all about making your transition smooth. For instance, they have this establishment allowance, which is a one-time payment to help you get settled in. That little detail tells you everything. Your commitment to your home country's development has to be the beating heart of your application. You need to connect every single thing you've done to how it will benefit your community. And finally, let's talk about something truly one of a kind, the Erasmus Mundus program. This is funded by the European Union, and it's not about studying in just one country. Oh no, this is an academic adventure that takes you across several European nations. The whole setup here is incredible. You don't just pick one university, you enroll in a joint program that has you studying at least 2 different universities in 2 different countries. You walk away with a joint degree and this amazing cross-cultural experience, and it's all fully funded. So the big insight for applicants, they are looking for a global mindset. You have to show them you're adaptable, you're curious, and you're passionate about working with people from different backgrounds. That's the key.
Okay, you've seen the incredible opportunities. Now for something that is absolutely critical. Timing. You can have the best application in the world, but if you miss a deadline by one day, you're out. Paying attention to the calendar is non-negotiable.
Just take a look at this table to get a feel for the timelines. See how far ahead you need to be thinking? For Chevening, if you want to start studying in 2026, you're applying in late 2025. This proves it, right? You have to start preparing early. Let's be real. Getting one of these scholarships is tough. The competition is fierce. So what can you do to make your application rise to the top of the pile? Let's break down the strategies that actually work. Okay, preparation is everything. Starting a full year ahead isn't just about avoiding a last-minute panic. It's about strategically building your profile over time. Next, your statement of purpose has to be more than a list of your achievements. It needs to tell a compelling story that connects your past experiences to your future goals. For recommendation letters, don't just ask anyone. Pick people who genuinely know you and give them a brag sheet, a little summary of what you've done and where you're going so they can write something specific and powerful. And finally, you have to crush those language tests. A high score isn't just a box to tick, it's often the very first thing they look at. If you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this. Winning a global scholarship has almost nothing to do with luck. It's all about having a smart, well-executed plan that you put into motion way before you ever think about clicking that submit button. These opportunities really are life-changing. They can open doors you never even knew existed. Taking that first step is always the hardest part, but it's also the most important. So the only real question left is, where are you going to begin?